Hi.
Is it finally here? Am I meeting Joey himself?
You can ask me anything. I'm an open book.
So before we get into the real talk, let's get comfortable first. Would you like a massage?
This car gives you a massage?
Yes, it does. Hot, relaxing shoulder.
Yes, please. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Joey, tell me, what did you have for lunch today?
Ooh, I had a grilled sea bass. Very clean, a little bit of olive oil, lemon, and some steamed asparagus. Kept it light.
Did you cook your own lunch?
I did not. I had my chef prepare it. I'm a little spoiled.
So if you could eat one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think it would be my mother's mloukhia. I mean, it's just one of those amazing comfort food dishes that I could eat, I think, for the rest of my life.
I could be very emotional now. Like, mother's food is the best.
100%.
What was the most exotic thing you've ever tried?
When I was in Thailand, I had insects.
I tried grasshopper,
Yeah.
and they were legit like cracking. Do you prefer beach or city life?
Ooh, I have to say the beach. I grew up on the beach, been in Dubai most of my life, so I have to say beach.
Which city do you feel at home?
I think Dubai. It's the only place where I really feel at home. I travel everywhere, but when I come here, I feel calm and zen and focused. And definitely, this is the city where I feel home.
What's one thing in your bucket list?
I have a lot of things in my bucket list, I gotta be honest. Tokyo. I have not been to Japan yet. Tokyo and Kyoto are definitely my bucket list things to do.
So, Joey, your story is like really fascinating, interesting, and inspiring. You used to wait tables at Montreal, and now you have restaurants.
Certainly, when I was a waiter, or when I was a manager, or when I was working behind the bar, I didn't necessarily think that I would do this for the rest of my life. I was always very, very passionate about storytelling and about design and about creating concepts and dream worlds. And I feel like once I started to learn that part of the business, the actual creation part, then I was hooked. I think it's one of those professions that I really love. And when you understand every element of it and every role within what makes a restaurant work, I think it's very valuable.
When and where did you start your first?
The first restaurant that I owned and operated was actually in Beirut. It was a very simple concept. It was 2 burgers and a hot dog and 2 milkshakes. We grew it to 4 locations, 2 international. So I almost experimented with different things. And then when I created the first main, it was like as if it was a culmination of all those experiences in one.
Speaking of the main,
Yes.
it went international.
Yes. The first main opened in November 2015 in a small garage location at the Doubletree Hilton in JBR. Nobody thought it would work, but it took off really almost from day one. And I think what made it work was that people felt it was their discovery and people made it their own. And I think since 2015, Mainers, we call them, have really followed with the brand and have very much enjoyed being part of the expansion and the success and the growth.
Why Dubai as a location for?
Why Dubai? I mean, I was living in Dubai at the time, and I've always grown up in Dubai. I've been in Dubai my whole life. In 2015, that location really appealed to me. I loved the idea of creating almost like a fishmonger's warehouse and filling it with, beautiful lighting and marble and leather and crystal and amazing chandeliers, which have become really the signature of the main. So really doing anything in Dubai that could slightly improve or alter the dining landscape of the city fills me with a lot of joy, actually.
What city would you want to open your next restaurant in, and why?
Oh, I'm already split between 3 cities. I think I think I would like to do more in Dubai. Yeah, I've been gone now for, spending a lot of time outside for a good year or two. I would like to do my next project in Dubai. I think I want to come back home.
Well, home is waiting for you.
But
What inspired the oyster project?
the Maine is the largest purveyor of oysters in the region. We go through about 50,000 oysters a month. So when you end up with all of these discarded oyster shells, which normally end up in landfills, we were inspired to find another use for it. So our oyster shells now are being put back into the sea to create artificial reefs. Those artificial reefs become natural breeding grounds for marine life, promoting marine biodiversity, for the hawksbill turtle, which is an endangered species. And every oyster that's regenerated in the water filters about 50 gallons of water a day. So with our waste, we're able to clean the waters in Dubai. What's most gratifying about the oyster program is seeing how excited others are about it and seeing people wanting to learn more about it. It's very exciting that everyone is so passionate about sustainability and really about protecting our beaches.
In the culinary business, you need to have the analytical side and the creative side. How do you strike the balance between it, if there is a balance?
The hospitality business is one of the only businesses that you have to be equally left brain and right brain, where you have to balance finance, accounting, corporate governance with creativity and design and presentation and culinary arts. And it's never a 50-50 split. Sometimes it's 80% in one direction and 20% in the other, and it swings again. But you have to be equally good at both to be really good at this business. You have to work really hard to make up for the things that maybe don't come naturally to you. A lot of learning, a lot of surrounding yourself with the right people, a lot of listening to experts, asking a lot of questions, and really allowing yourself to put yourself sometimes in uncomfortable situations because they help you learn.
What was the most challenging parts about your career?
The most challenging part of my career has probably been scaling, growing, and at the same time trying to be true to who we are and focus on what is important.
Do you have a favorite motivational quote or a mantra that you live by on daily basis?
I think the one that I always remember is to be the change you want to see, that you want, that you want to aspire, that you want everyone to aspire to lead by example.
What kind of advice would you give to younger audience who are, watching you today, want to get into the F&B business, want to get in there? What would you kind of give them as an advice?
I would say fail quickly. Failure is part of growth. I think a lot of people take failure too personally, too deeply, and it makes them feel like they lose their confidence. And I think you just have to do it quickly, do it fast, and learn from it and move on. There's a lot of young people that approach me and ask me always the same question, which is, how do you become an entrepreneur? If you don't mind spending 3 to 5 years making little to no money, then you can be an entrepreneur. A lot of it is the people you surround yourself with. A lot of the people that work with us have been with us since day one. And a lot of my ambition today, because people always say to me, isn't it ever enough? And I said, as long as there's people that want to grow with me, it's not enough. Because when you have the success, when you have a formula, you want everyone to benefit from it. I said, well, as long as there's people joining, it can never be enough.
I'll ask you one personal question, because this is something I personally struggle with. Do you celebrate?
Do I celebrate?
Your success.
I'm always celebrating. The way I live, the way I create, the way I run my business is a celebration.
I think every day should be a celebration.
It should. And I think it's important to take time between projects, personal time for self-care, for reflection, for inspiration, for personal relationships and family and love and so on. Because without that, nothing else matters.
If you could go back in time and give your younger self an advice, what would that be?
To be more present, to pay attention to the little things, to choose happiness over ambition, and to just kind of focus on, appreciate, I think, things in a slower, more thoughtful way.
Man, this has been one of the most inspiring, heartwarming interviews I've ever done, or like a conversation. So I would love to thank you for that. And thank you for your time, and thank you for
Thank you for the massage.
Man, it's not me, it's Blacklane.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Hope to see you soon.
For sure. Take care.
Take care.
Woohoo!